All right, now on Weather Center Live, a rainy start to the week for parts of the southeast. We're talking impacts along the way, plus making sure you know what to expect day by day.
And while the southeast deals with rain like that, the northern plains will have snow and a bit of wintry mix as well, all thanks to Winter Storm Delphi. We're timing it all out for you as you go through the next couple of days, plus a breakdown of just how much snow could fall. It's our expert field coverage, and it starts right now on Weather Center Live. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Mark Elliott.
And I'm meteorologist Alex Walls. Mark, it's a new week.
Yep.
A couple extra pounds here for us, all thanks to Thanksgiving, and a new winter storm. But before we dive into Delphi, let's take a look back at what's going on in parts of the Pacific Northwest. This is breaking now, a situation taking place on Mount Jefferson in Oregon.
Yeah, if you were following along with Weather Center Live just at the end of the last hour, they were breaking down this video for you. 2 climbers that needed rescue for the past day to day and a half are just now getting the help they needed. The rescue crews finally able to get to a couple that were stranded on the mountain, one of whom fell into this crevasse and needed the medical attention, while the climbing partner was sending texts to the rescuers to let them know where they were.
Pretty amazing there. Again, the technology really helping the situation out there, because again, those text messages were really key in getting rescuers to the situation. So this is an ongoing situation right now. Again, this is in Oregon, Mount Jefferson. Zooming out the picture there, 2 climbers here trying to get rescued. That is underway at this time. Of course, we'll continue to update you on the situation here in Oregon as we get more information, but at least at this point, the rescuers are there. All right, let's focus in back on what's happening across the lower 48 here with our winter storm Kara that impacted us not too long ago. That left as much as 1.5 feet of snow in places in the Mountain West. Lovely for skiers, not so good though for drivers. Now, the Wyoming Highway Patrol says it handled some 50 car crashes and helped more than 100 motorists who got stranded in the snow. Much of Wyoming looks snow-free for the week ahead, but the state going to be seeing some bitter cold temps. In fact, just looking across the state, Mark, and most of the areas here seeing temperatures in the single digits and teens right now.
A very chilly air mass behind this system, which is what our next winter storm is being able to tap into. From Kara now to our 4th winter storm, Delphi. Minneapolis, no rest for you. You can see the kind of slate gray sky, the white roofs there as the snowflakes have been flying. And we are going to follow this winter storm as it makes its way through the Midwest, and it makes its way extremely slowly, and that is going to add to the snowfall totals because of that slow forward progression. Winter storm warnings are up, including Sioux Falls, Sioux City, down through Omaha. Minneapolis right on the border of the winter storm warnings and the winter weather advisories, but you're still going to get at least some snowfall out of this one. As you can see here, Madison is about to change over to all snow. You had some light rain and some sleet being reported in the area, but the cold air is wrapping in, and even though they were going later in the day, there is more and more cold air for the system to work with, especially as we head back towards the west. I mean, there's no question that we're going to stay as snow here along the I-29 corridor from Omaha to Sioux Falls. Very difficult travel. It was just about a week ago that we were talking about this quadrant of South Dakota being closed down on I-29 because of the destructive weather with snow. And now, again, another major storm is rotating on through. Here's a setup for you. Number one, we have a slow-moving upper low, and that's the source of the cold air. But a split in the jet stream is allowing for a new area of low pressure to get forming, plus more moisture to get thrown on back towards that cold air. So as we get that storm system to slowly move its way to the north and east, that cold air is in place, and the wintry precip is going to continue. Definitely all snow to the north and west, and a bit of that changeover zone as well as you get closer to the warmer air to the east. So heavy snow from the Dakotas into Minnesota with a wintry mix in central Iowa into Wisconsin today. That'll be a lot of rain changing to snow as we go through the day into the night as well. And notice, because of the slow-moving nature, we're looking at snow here again tonight and continuing tomorrow. So when all is said and done here, several areas will get 6 to 8 inches of snow. Some local areas could get even more than that, 8 to 12, not out of the question of additional snowfall. Alex, over to you.
All right, Mark, thanks so much. Well, good news across Texas as river levels fall, but many like the Brazos and Trinity won't go below flood stage for a day or two. Now, most of Texas gets a chance to dry out today from last week's heavy rain. An area north of Dallas saw 6 to 10 inches of rain. 5 deaths there in Texas are linked to flooding or wet roads, and a 6th person is missing and presumed drowned. So a mess there across the Lone Star State. But we take you now to, well, Nashville. Live look at things here for us. It was a soggy Sunday. We had almost 2 inches of rain at the airport. Sort of gray skies out there, but we've gotten a break from some of the steady rains, although we look like more or will be coming back into the picture. So get the reindeer handy. You'll need it. Here's the picture right now, and you can see some of the rain, again, south of Nashville, but it's the eastern part of the state finding some of the steadier rains. Sliding across Virginia, North Carolina, some spotty showers in places there, and then back on off towards the west as we slide into northern Mississippi. Looks like a decent batch of rain, steady rains getting ready to move on into Tupelo, Mississippi. Now, we do have some flood watches in place, and you can see from Cookeville down towards Crossville, Chattanooga, then spreading towards the east. That's what we'll be watching for today and into tomorrow. These flood watches are in place with the rain that'll be coming on in. Those rivers may start to creep up a little bit more, so we'll have to watch things very closely as we've got, again, the very slow-moving pattern that is in place, nothing really just blasting on by. And we focus the rain right where we have that frontal boundary that'll be in place. So here's today, anywhere where we have the green from the lower Mississippi Valley, some showers to some steadier rains across the Tennessee Valley, moving into parts of North Carolina as well as Virginia. Then we move on into tomorrow, and some of the same areas dealing with the rain today have to deal with it tomorrow. So that's the reason for some of those flood watches. You've got a couple of days of having to deal with this rain. And then as we move our way on into Wednesday, the mid part of the week, we start to see the steadier rains now moving a little bit farther east and south, drying out the western half of at least the state of Tennessee. How much rain? Well, this is the forecast for us. There'll be some spots here in eastern Tennessee that could see 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, lighter amounts as you head westbound, and also as you head a little bit farther on off towards the south. But you get the picture, a soggy time setting up. We've got your forecast if you're planning on traveling today next.
Medicare open enrollment, October 15th to December 7th. Compare plans now.
I found a better deal on prescriptions.
We found lower copays.
And a free wellness visit. New plan, same doctor. I'm happy.
It's Medicare open enrollment. Have you compared plans yet?
It's easy at Medicare.gov.
Or you can call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Medicare open enrollment. You'll never know unless you go.
I did it. You can too.
If the ones you love the great outdoors, there's only one place to go this season. The Cabela's Christmas Sale. Search for daily deals, plus get free shipping now through December 1st. Shop in store or online at Cabela's.com.
Whether your car's a new car, an old car, a big car, a small car, a car that looks kind of plain, a car that looks kind of like a plane, a red car, a white car, a blue car, a red, white, and blue car, a green car, a city car, a country car, this car, seriously, this car, a clean car, a dirty car, a car for the two of you, a car for all of them. All you have to do is plug in Hum, and your car will be a smarter, safer, more connected car. Diagnostic updates, certified mechanics hotline, pinpoint roadside and emergency assistance. Hum by Verizon. Put some smarts in your car. And right now, get your first month free with a subscription that includes the complete Hum system. Just call 1-800-908-6152 or go to hum.com. Call or visit us online today.
Tonight, the Weather Channel drops you into a new season of nature's worst-case scenarios and asks, so you think you'd survive?
It's coming toward us.
The hit original series is back to put your survival skills to the test.
Could be the last mistake you make.
Oh my God! So you think you'd survive? All new tonight at 10, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Tonight, cloudy intervals. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82, winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
I'm not ready. Intel's best processor is here. So you can take this very real, very terrifying memory and edit it, share it, play it back in 4K quality.
Introducing Intel's new 6th generation core processor. It's our best processor ever.
If my hands are dried and cracked, I can't do my job efficiently.
My hands are dry from washing my hands lots of times a day.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands.
O'Keefe's works.
I saw it working for my husband, and I knew I had to try it.
Learn more at o'keefescompany.com.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission could be anything, so we prepare for everything.
Rise. It's a fast way to borrow. With cash in your account as soon as tomorrow. Helping you get back to what matters most. Visit risecredit.com today.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We are following breaking news now over Mount Jefferson, where 2 climbers have been stranded for the past couple of days, potentially with one being injured, another calling for help from the rescue teams. There are rescue teams, as you see here, now on site. Both the Corvallis Mountain Rescue and the Eugene Mountain Rescue groups are both involved at this point. Weather stopped them from getting to the climbers earlier, but now things have cleared out, and it looks like some real progress is being made.
Yeah, that's certainly good to hear there. Again, basically, they were ID'd, their location ID'd Sunday night, but the rescuers couldn't get there because it's just so tough to get into these locations. But finally, they're now, and looks like we're getting some help there. Looks like one report of at least one of the 2 injured. It's believed to be the gentleman, Thomas Fountain, a 32-year-old Thomas Fountain. The lady in the situation, Allison Fountain, 29 years old. Not sure if they're siblings or husband and wife. Doesn't matter at this point. The good news is at least they're getting some help.
Yeah, and you know, spending a whole night out there on a mountain, it is cold out there, and they obviously are. It had the right gear with them. They had their cell phones. They were able to call for help. They were in a pair, so if one did get in trouble, the other could call. So they did a lot of things right here. That said, difficult terrain. As you can see here, it looks like potentially some of what they were climbing on gave way. And you notice there's just that gaping hole. It might not have even been there. Could have stepped out onto something that looked like solid ground and just fell into a crevasse. That is the report that we're getting, that one of the climbers fell into that crevasse and needed assistance. And then it took now about a day to a day and a half to get to them and to get to this area. Climbers were both climbing to the pair after finding their car parked in the lot at the base, and then also flown in by helicopter. So that's how we're getting these views. There's a helicopter crew on site filming down at the rescue operations and providing these views for us right now.
And thankfully, you know, the weather situation is really looking pretty good. You got some sunshine out there. We don't have snow whipping around, winds whipping around. So that has really helped the situation with these rescuers getting a chance to get there and hopefully get them to safety there again. One of the climbers reported to be injured. Another one, the lady who was in the situation, she was the one texting basically the rescuers their location, where they were, what was going on. And now finally they're getting there and getting some help.
And again, there were lots of crews involved on this one, including the Coast Guard. A Coast Guard helicopter from Astoria was called in to assist with the search. There were members of the Lynn County Sheriff's Office, and as I mentioned, the Corvallis and Eugene Mountain Rescue teams are on site. So they were the ones climbing to the party as well as dropping in to the group from above, from the helicopters. So they were being approached both by air and by land, and now with the rescue teams on site, looks like one of the people needing rescue is already being taken care of, loaded into a pack here, getting some treatment. They are still working on the person that fell into the crevasse.
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks like, at least from the looks of things right now, that this situation is going to turn out on the positive side of things. It could have been a lot worse, that's for sure, but the rescuers are there, and it looks like they're going to be getting to safety pretty shortly.
We were looking at the radar. There is some snow moving away from the region, which has helped to allow for the helicopter to be in the air, giving us these views. It's nothing but clear skies and sunshine for the moment, and that has really come into play to allow these teams to get to the stranded hikers and help things out. Again, here's a look at that radar as the snow is moving away from Corvallis and up towards Portland. You got a nice little break in the action for the crews to continue to do their job.
All right, of course, we'll continue to update you on this situation. Again, in Oregon, 2 climbers getting rescued now. They're on Mount Jefferson.
I don't want to live with the uncertainties of Hep C.
Or wonder whether I should seek treatment. I am ready.
Because today, there's Harvoni, a revolutionary treatment for the most common type of chronic hepatitis C. Harvoni is proven to cure up to 99% of patients who've had no prior treatment. It's the one and only cure that's 1 pill once a day for 12 weeks. Certain patients can be cured with just 8 weeks of Harvoni. With Harvoni, there's no interferon, and there are no complex regimens. Tell your doctor if you have other liver or kidney problems or other medical conditions, and about all the medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Harvoni should not be taken with any medicines containing amiodarone, rifampin, or St. John's wort. It also should not be taken with any other medicine that contains Sovaldi. Side effects may include tiredness and headache.
I am ready to put Hep C behind me.
I am ready to be cured.
Are you ready? Ask your Hep C specialist if Harvoni is right for you.
Brought to you by Harvoni. Are you ready?
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
My name is Isabel, and I have T-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was 14 years old, and the day I got diagnosed was my birthday, and I turned 15.
It's okay to cry. It's okay to be mad. But you have to have the strength to be there for your child.
I wake up every day and just look at her and say, I can keep going if she's going.
Sometimes I break down, but then my mom and my dad, my sister are like, Isa, you can't think that. You have to just fight. Like, you got this. You can beat this cancer. And then it brings me back up, and I know I can do it.
Give now. Save lives at cancer.org.
I'm Mike Bettis. That's Sarah. Hi. Welcome to the set of a brand new show, Weather Underground. There'll be experts, bloggers, the smartest weather minds in the business on every screen you have 24 hours a day. Geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6.
When you're in pain, an hour seems like a day seems like a month. Resolute Pain Solutions offers same-day, next-day appointments for evaluation and treatment. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Patients in pain no longer have to endure unnecessary suffering while waiting for an appointment. Resolute Pain Solutions. Stop hurting. Start living today. Visit resolutemd.com/TV.
With Vince, once the sale is done, the service has really just begun. His clients can really count on him for the long haul.
We never expected to sell so fast. Vince did a great job. We actually had 3 offers in one day.
And nobody works harder than Vince Marotta.
I'm Vince Marotta. Success in real estate is all about hard work and accessibility. That's why I'm always ready to take your call. Your journey begins at MurataRealty.com.
Tonight on the Weather Channel, when nature is this dangerous, only one question matters. So you think you'd survive? All new tonight at 10, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back. And as we close out November, some of you will enter December feeling a little warm.
Yeah, and to break down these temperatures and how it ties into El Nino, let's check in with storm specialist Carl Parker.
We are finally beginning to see signs of El Nino in the atmosphere. It's been in the ocean, of course, for a very long time now, but it's beginning to really show up, we think, in the atmosphere through the course of the next few weeks. So El Nino, if you don't know, is an abnormal warming of the equatorial waters of the central and eastern Pacific. There's a tremendous release of energy involved, and oftentimes when you've got a strong El Nino, this is the way that it affects the circulation patterns across North America. It doesn't always work out that way, and every El Nino is different, but there's a good chance that we'll see something like this for a lot of this winter. So you tend to find warmer than average conditions across the central part of North America with sinking air, drier than average conditions, and also a very active subtropical jet stream with wetter than average conditions and cooler temperatures by extension. And when we look at the forecast over the next few weeks, we're starting to see signs of that. You notice here this very warm mid-level ridge. We're looking at mid-level temperatures relative to average, and we see this pronounced ridge in the atmosphere in the mid-levels, and that continues into the second week of December as well. Now, WSI's Dr. Michael Ventris is an expert on global circulation patterns, and he says that this is one of the strongest El Nino-like patterns that he has ever seen. And so what this implies is you're going to have a gradual warming of the atmosphere starting in the mid-levels and then working its way down to the surface, and a more active subtropical jet stream and generally more weather coming into the west coast, which of course is what we've been hoping for a while. So all of this fits in very nicely with the forecast for December from the Climate Prediction Center. It looks like it will indeed be warmer than average across a lot of the northern tier and slightly below average there across the southern tier, and generally wetter than average. So looks like El Nino is finally now showing up in the atmosphere. Back to you.
Thanks, Carl. And as that subtropical jet gets more and more active, there may be more clouds and more rain getting all the way into the southeast. But until then, it's all about the warmth that's already taking hold and setting up shop here across the south. Look at these forecasts for tomorrow. It is almost laughable. We are near record temps for Tampa, Tallahassee, Fort Myers, Columbus, Georgia. It is going to be warm. It is not all that often that you see mid to upper 70s, if not low to mid 80s across the southeast during the first day of December. Here's the setup, right? You still have that huge dip in the jet stream over the plains. That's where the cold air is with our winter storm. Out ahead of it, strong southerly winds is keeping that warm air in place. Temperatures here from the mid-Atlantic coast all the way down through north and central Florida, 5 to 15 degrees above your averages. When you look at what that actually means, it means today Atlanta 70 or so. No complaints about that one. Jackson mid-70s, New Orleans upper 70s, and Tallahassee near 80. And more warmth tomorrow, especially as you stay ahead of that approaching cold front. Tallahassee 81, that's 11 degrees above your average. Tampa 84, that's 10 degrees above average. And even up the coast, Raleigh will be quite warm. And notice, it's the I-95 corridor and down through Florida, Alex. It really doesn't change much through midweek. It's going to stay quite toasty.
And you know what? That warmth also extends into parts of the Northeast. Check it out, November temperature rankings here for us compared to average. Look at New York City. first in terms of warmest here for us by a good 5 degrees. And you've got Philly, Albany, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, all of these spots in the at least top 5 range. Now today, we're still on the coolish side across parts of New England. The warmth relegated to the mid-Atlantic and parts of western PA, but we'll see that warmth take over again as we start to move into tomorrow. Spreading northward now, we'll see a lot of these areas below average across New England turn to above average. Look at Burlington by the time we get to Wednesday, nearly 10 degrees above the average there. So pretty warm times. New York City, you'll get in on it as we head through tomorrow as well as Wednesday. So November was warm. December looks like we're starting that off warm as well.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
There's still a lot left that's worth fighting for.
Racing Extinction, a watch with the world global premiere on Discovery. Check your local listings.
You got the dough?
Trying to get there.
All right, and you're washing the greens, right?
These collard greens look great.
This year, it's my time to add my flavor to the tradition. Then at long last comes the best part. Honoring those who raised us.
Low prices on everything you need to share wonder every day. Walmart.
You know, some people think reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and you still own your home. You'd think there has to be a catch, right? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. Call 1-800-981-6380 now to receive a new free information kit, including reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation. AAG can help you eliminate monthly mortgage payments, pay off credit card debt or other bills, and provide some real retirement security. Call 1-800-981-6380 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD. In the kit, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories by people just like you who have had their lives changed forever. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones. Call 1-800-981-6380 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. It's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement. Find out why a reverse mortgage could be the retirement solution you're looking for. Call 1-800-981-6380 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-981-6380 now. AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Tonight, the Weather Channel drops you into a new season of nature's worst-case scenarios and asks, so you think you'd survive?
It's coming toward us!
The hit original series is back to put your survival skills to the test.
Could be the last mistake you make.
Oh my God! So you think you'd survive? All new tonight at 10, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, low 71, winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed, high 81, winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by Maglite Flashlights.
Today we're getting record snowfall.
Radars indicate there's been flooding throughout the area.
We're getting hail the size of golf balls. Maglite. Turn your light on, America.
Oh, man, a sound heard countless times across Oklahoma over the weekend. Trees cracking under the stress of all that heavy ice. More than 60,000 homes and businesses in Oklahoma start the new week without electricity. That, though, is down from a high of 150,000. Governor Mary Fallin has declared an emergency across the entire state. That allows state agencies to buy disaster relief supplies and paves the way for the state to request federal help. All right, well, it's 30 minutes past the hour here on Weather Center Live. I'm meteorologist Alex Wallace.
And I'm meteorologist Mark Elliott. And Alex, we're already on our 4th named winter storm of the season. They are leaving behind quite a mess.
Yeah, they certainly are out there. And let's talk about what's going on with our newest one, that, of course, Winter Storm Delphi. And yeah, we'll be looking for it to impact us here in and around the Twin Cities. Heads up out there as we see some snow covering some of the buildings, but we haven't filled in the snow here just yet. It's a little bit farther south, but it'll be moving in our direction. Let's get the very latest on Winter Storm Delphi now with Mark.
Yeah, taking a look at the current radar, Alex, and we can see some flurry activity is headed towards Minneapolis. We just saw that live cam. There's certainly plenty of low gray clouds. Now there's some flurries nearby as well. Off towards Madison, we've got rain changing to snow. Milwaukee, you're going to have some banding light rain showers that could transition over to snow showers as the day turns into night. But it's further west where the bulk of the worst of the weather is. It's okay right now in Des Moines. It's mostly rain for you. But if you're traveling anywhere west from there towards Omaha, you will go into that band of really heavy snow. Snow that's right around at the freezing line. And so we got that real heavy kind of cement snow that's sticking to everything out here. Plus I-29 between Omaha and Sioux Falls, no picnic. We've got heavy snow being reported, slick roads, and low visibility all at the same time. Here's the setup, right? Slow moving upper low. That's our cold air. That's the cold air that was really behind our last winter storm and is still going to be impacting the northern tier. Now we've got an area of low pressure developing, and this low is only going to slowly bend its way to the north and east. That slow movement will add to the snowfall totals because you got plenty of moisture being brought up and around that area of low pressure. So where that moisture gets thrown back into the cold air, you've got wintry weather. If it's all cold through the atmosphere, you get snow. If you get a little bit of those warm layers involved at times, that's where you can get some of that mixed bag of precipitation, and we'll see some of that also. Let's time this out for you. Notice the counterclockwise swirl in here. That's where it's currently located. That's the center of our low. And as we run this out from the rest of our day, it only barely drifts north and east. So by this evening, it's gone almost due north to the southeast corner of South Dakota. By tomorrow, it's just barely into Minnesota. And so we're still going to be wrapping around that moisture-laden air into the cold. It means another 24 hours of snowfall or so before all is said and done. And still, as we go all the way through Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, there's still going to be some snowflakes flying. So with that said, we've got additional snow to come. 5 to 8, if not 8 to 12 inches of snow from Sioux Falls to Minneapolis. Alex, there's going to be a lot of messy roads out there.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we got one right now showing up here for us as we look in on Sioux City, Iowa. This is I-29 at Wesley Parkway. And you notice here, there's a lot of white covering those roads. Yeah, covered here, I-29. And the good news is we don't see a whole lot of vehicle traffic. So people are, at least at this point, staying off of the roads. A few stragglers here and there, but moving very, very slow. And that is the key when you're talking about driving on snow-covered roads. You really want to take it slow if you have to be out there at any point. In fact, let's talk about how long it takes you to brake in different surfaces here for us. This is a little mock-up here if you're going about 50 miles per hour on dry concrete, dry road. It takes about 120 feet or 3 to 5 seconds. But snowy conditions, that goes up to 280 feet, and it's even more when we're talking ice. It is almost impossible to stop on that stuff out there. And then, of course, you can get into a situation where you get into whiteout conditions. That snow getting whipped and blown around out there that you just can't even see. And before you know it, the car in front of you is right there, and that's past that minimum braking distance. So again, the key is to just go slow. Mark?
A lot of hazards with winter weather. We've been following the rescue crews out there on Mount Jefferson in Oregon have been working to rescue a man and a woman who are trapped on the mountain. A man who fell into a crevasse, and I believe that's what we're looking down into right now with some of the rescue teams trying to very carefully walk towards that area because, hey, there could still be more areas that open up underneath their feet. That's why they're connected by ropes. That's why they're using all the precautions right now. Very difficult terrain. There are both rescue crews coming in by ground and by air. Those coming in from helicopters are trying to rescue too. So we're keeping an eye on this situation as the rescue teams work to bring everyone to safety. Meanwhile, from messy snow to dangerous ice, a Utah woman is alive today thanks only to the quick thinking and work of two strangers nearby. She fell through ice while trying to rescue her two dogs. Nicole Vowell from KSL TV has the story.
She said that she's numb and she can't hang on any longer.
A Brigham City worker now being called a savior.
And I come around the corner and I seen something floating.
Thomas Braithwaite says he just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
All I could do was watch her. I couldn't go out there. I couldn't get any closer. So immediately I called 911.
I just thought, I hope that I don't fall through.
Manaway City Officer Brad Nelson shows up about 8 minutes later to help.
I knew she needed to get out, and I knew I had a piece of equipment that was pretty much her only chance.
She got it?
Yeah. She was able to grab a hold of the device, pull herself up, and we were able to pull her out.
I can't stand. A rescue that Officer Nelson says that was nothing short of a miracle because usually
there's not a lot of people back here.
By chance, luck, fate, whatever you want to call it.
How did she even call? He did. He found her. Are you kidding me?
Thomas Braithwaite was there.
Normally my rounds are done by 8 o'clock. Decided to sleep in a little bit.
He says it's the hands of time that likely saved 3 lives because someone was there to call 911.
Had I come earlier and done my rounds and been home, she would have been dead.
No way you should have survived that. I don't think she should be alive today. There's definitely someone watching out for her.
What's most ironic to me in there is that the two dogs she was trying to rescue seem to be able to have gotten out just fine. But hey, if you need help, it's good that somebody's nearby.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, most of Texas is going to be getting a few days to dry out this week. Now, authorities in North Texas link heavy rain and flooding to at least 5 deaths. A 6th person is missing and presumed drowned. And the Dallas County Fire Department says it helped evacuate a few homes when water just got too high. Last week's rain was enough to make it to the wettest year on record there in Dallas.
Yeah, it was really coming down hard in Dallas. So let's talk about that rain moving east now, because here's the current radar picture in the southeast, and a very slow moving corridor of precip, Alex, will be with us not only through today, but for the next couple of days.
And that's the problem here, is the movement just so slow, and that's why our concern is here across eastern Tennessee into southwestern Virginia for the potential for some flooding. Light showers right now in these areas, but a little bit heavier as you move your way into eastern parts of Tennessee.
Yeah, and you know, as we continue to follow this, even to further northern areas, we've got a little bit of that mixed bag of precip showing up towards the Allegheny Front, the Potomac Highlands, those higher peaks where the cold air is at play. That's where you could have a little bit of mixture. But most of this is going to be all about the rain, because we've got a very moisture-laden air mass and a stalled out front kicking it all together.
Yeah, that front's just going to help to lift up some of that moisture into the atmosphere. It gets the clouds going and eventually the rain. And that's what we'll see today. Shower activity here for us. Ohio Valley Point southbound, and also to the west, we still have our winter storm to track.
And that heavy rain slides into the northeast. It'll be with us there for a while as well. We'll be right back.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I've suffered for 18 years with dry, cracked hands.
In the winter in Chicago, it's dry, it's cold, makes my hands even worse.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands.
My hands feel better.
I finally found relief.
Learn more at O'Keefe'sCompany.com.
Have you tried O'Keefe's?
O'Keefe's. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands and feet.
How the Duluth Fire Hose Shirt Jack got concocted. It took tough and toasty and some cozy. It also took technique. The Duluth Trading Fire Hose Shirt Jack. The toughest, toastiest, mightiest shirt known to man. Get one only at DuluthTrading.com.
The makers of Colace, the #1 doctor and pharmacist recommended stool softener brand, invite you to feel free. Free of dye, free of gluten, free of stimulants. Colace Clear, for occasional constipation. Feel free to go. Available at these fine retailers.
You know, there's a fast, easy way to borrow. RiseCredit.com. With $500 to $5,000 in your account as soon as tomorrow. And with rates that actually go down over time, you can apply with confidence. Visit RiseCredit.com today.
If you're on Medicare, remember, the open enrollment period is here. The time to choose your Medicare coverage begins October 15th and ends December 7th. So call to enroll in a plan that could give you the benefits and stability you're looking for. An AARP Medicare Complete plan insured through United Healthcare. What makes it complete? It can combine Medicare Parts A and B, which is your hospital and doctor coverage, with Part D prescription drug coverage and more, all in one simple plan. For a low monthly premium, or in some areas, no plan premium at all. An AARP Medicare Complete plan offers you benefits like an annual physical, preventive screenings, and most immunizations all for a $0 copay. You'll also have access to a local network of doctors and much more. When you enroll in an AARP Medicare Complete plan insured through United Healthcare, your benefits could also include routine vision and hearing coverage. And with the Pharmacy Saver program, you can get prescriptions for as little as $1.50 at your local pharmacy in retail locations like these. Or pay $0 for a 90-day supply of your Tier 1 and Tier 2 drugs delivered right to your door. Now is the time to look at your options. Start getting the benefits of an AARP Medicare Complete plan insured through United Healthcare. We've been helping Medicare beneficiaries for over 30 years. We'll connect you with the right people, help schedule your appointments, and new this year, you can earn rewards for making healthy choices with Renew by United Healthcare. Remember, Medicare open enrollment ends December 7th. Call United Healthcare today about an AARP Medicare Complete plan. You can even enroll right over the phone or visit us online. Don't wait. Call now.
Why is it we love superheroes? And why is it we always put capes on them and make them fly? Truth is, some heroes don't fly. They drive trucks. And they show up when you need them most. Face your worst case scenarios and stay at your side through every step. When you don't know what to do next, we do. We're Service Master Restore, every disaster's worst nightmare.
Welcome back into Weather Center Live as we focus in on our winter storm Delphi here and impacting us here across the plains. Almost looks like a map from a week ago when we were dealing with another winter system impacting us here. But snow showers across parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, into Iowa, and starting to spread now in and across parts of Minnesota. Here's a closer view of what's happening in and around Omaha, because we've been dealing with some steady snows, but the heaviest is now shifted north of the city, heading up 29. That is not going to be an easy situation. And also heading east across at least the western portions of Iowa. That's where we've got snow. Carroll dealing with that. But you head over towards Boone or down towards Des Moines, rain being reported, but some of those areas will start to switch over as we move through the afternoon. And continuing to deal with the snow again, up 29 from Sioux City to Sioux Falls, we're dealing with it, and that'll continue to fill in up towards Watertown as well. Closer view on Minneapolis, few snow showers here and there trying to get going, so we'll watch these areas as well. Mark?
And 4 named winter storms already, so let's see where we go from here. This is your 7-day forecast, a slow-moving winter storm on our hands. We've been following Winter Storm Delphi, now still throwing that moisture back towards the cold air. Tomorrow, across the northern tier, we're looking at continued snow shower activity. It will be ending from west to east through the day. That said, there will still be enough snow to kind of add to those snowfall totals as we go through the day. Still to come, 6 to 8, if not 12 inches of snow across some of these areas from southern South Dakota into Minnesota. By tomorrow, we're also looking at rain along the cold front, but a slow-moving front at that. So steady rains here for the Tennessee Valley, down towards the lower Mississippi Valley, and also filling in across the northeast corridor. It's warmer than average, but it's also quite wet. New York City, 51, Boston, 45. Notice Wednesday, our front does not clear the coast. The I-95 corridor and even inland from there, I-75, I-85, still dealing with some pretty soggy conditions as we look towards Wednesday. The center of the country, it's cold, but it's drier. You get a chance to kind of clean up the snow in the Dakotas into Minnesota. You're cooler in Dallas behind the front, a chance to dry out. And then, of course, we have to look at our next storm coming into play. How about the Pacific Northwest getting slammed on Wednesday? Coastal rain, mountain snow. This one will pack a punch as well as it takes a bit more of a southerly track, starting to look a little bit more like the El Nino setup, right? As California gets in on the act, and we need it. We need that precipitation coming our way. By Friday, some of this falls apart, but the Pacific Northwest stays unsettled, the rest of the country remaining very quiet. By Saturday, we're looking at a few rain showers in Florida. Otherwise, the eastern two-thirds are quiet. The Pacific Northwest still unsettled. And Sunday, we finally bring some colors back to the center of the country. Alex.
All right, thanks, Mark. Well, you know, the International Climate Change Summit begins today in France as world leaders meet to find ways to limit increases in global temperatures. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez is in Paris with more.
COP21 is underway. The massive UN climate conference is the largest diplomatic gathering in France in almost 70 years. About 150 heads of state are expected here. And this morning, President Obama told the conference that we are the first generation to feel the effects of climate change and the last that can do something about it. The goal of this conference to get 195 countries to agree on a deal that would curb carbon emissions and help reduce global warming. Scientists estimate that the world's average temperature has risen by about 1.7 degrees since 1880. That might not sound like a lot, but it makes a huge difference, especially in places like the Arctic. Now, there have been 2 previous attempts to try to reach such a deal, in Kyoto in 1997 and Copenhagen back in 2009. Both attempts failed. World leaders agree that something needs to be done, but the question is exactly what to do. Now, there are major disagreements between developing countries and developed countries. Any deal would have to pass by unanimous consent. Now, this conference is set to last for 12 days, and President Francois Hollande told the conference this morning, "On your shoulders rest all the hopes of humanity." Back to you.
A lot of work to be done there, that's for sure. And coming up next on Weather Center Live, a breakdown of our 4th named winter storm, Delphi.
And the northern plains on alert with nearly a foot of snow expected in some spots. We're going to time it out next.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
The
challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week, AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Where's the rain that's happening right now as you walk out the door?
A lot of people traveling, but we'll keep an eye on for you.
Because the weather impacts your day in 100 ways you see and 1,000 ways you don't.
I want to make sure everybody can get an idea of what's happening here.
So include us in your routine.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Intel's best processor is here, and it helps PCs wake up instantly, just like you did.
That's great, but do you mind?
No, I don't mind.
Introducing Intel's new 6th generation core processor. It's our best processor ever.
Hi, I'm Heather Cox on location with the famous Big Idaho Potato Truck.
Our truck?
It's touring across America telling people about Idaho potatoes.
Let's go, boys!
Again this year, the Big Idaho Potato Truck is traveling the country, spreading the word about heart-healthy Idaho potatoes and making donations to local charities.
Excuse me, miss. Have you seen our truck?
You just missed it.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
I've always been protective of my little sister.
Little, hardly.
But when she got cancer, she was the strong one.
I just did my homework.
She learned while she needed chemo.
It could weaken my immune system.
But then you found out about Neulasta.
Right.
Neulasta helps reduce infection risk by boosting your white blood cell count, which strengthens your immune system. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease. Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to Neulasta or Neupogen. Ruptured spleen, sometimes fatal, as well as serious lung problems and allergic reactions have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, or allergic reactions to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
Ellie's strong, but she still needs help.
Yeah, I do.
Ask your doctor about Neulasta.
What can happen when your homeowner association switches your technology provider?
They're all sorry that they switched over.
I was disappointed when they hooked us up.
Phone is no longer available.
And the TV goes out.
You will be on hold for about an hour to 2 hours. This is normal.
Certainly a little bit more costly.
I never had the issues with Comcast.
Oh, I wish we still had Comcast.
Are you in chronic pain or want to avoid surgery? At Stem Cell Centers of America, now in Boca Raton, our state-of-the-art Max Stem procedure allows us to take your body's own healing cells and move them directly to the source of your pain and discomfort, all without invasive surgery. Call now to schedule a free, no-obligation consultation with Dr. Parita.
My pain is gone.
And I have my husband back.
Discover how Stem Cell Centers of America can help you live a more active, pain-free life.
Tonight on the Weather Channel, when nature is this dangerous, only one question matters. So you think you'd survive? All new tonight at 10, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, the frozen Flint Hills of Kansas. This is south of Manhattan, Kansas, near Highway 56 in Lyon County. Icy conditions. It actually caused treacherous road conditions throughout central Kansas this weekend.
Yeah, tens of thousands of homes and businesses lost power, too. How could you not with that much ice accumulation? Over a quarter inch of ice in some spots, so there were trees coming down onto power lines, road closures, school closures today. Lincoln and Abilene counties, man, you're trying to find something for the kids to do right now, and hopefully that's shoveling out the ice from the beginning of the walkways today.
But it was pretty.
It is
really pretty.
It is.
But very, very dangerous. All right, well, snowy scenes in central Wyoming. This from over the weekend. This near Riverton. Over 4 inches at the airport as we move through this weekend, and you can see folks out there trying to get around, but as you see, moving slowly.
Yeah, so this is all from Winter Storm Kara, the aftermath from that storm. We've had all kinds of snowy landscapes. How about this drive-by? Checking out all of the broken branches here. This is just to the west of Oklahoma City. And wow, what caused? Is that a mailbox potentially? Just anything out there was just coated in ice. There was a state of emergency declared in Oklahoma. About 40,000 homes and businesses still without power there in Oklahoma.
That is brutal. I mean, you go half an hour without the power and you get completely frustrated. Right. Can you imagine days?
I walk room to room, like turning on lights and like, oh yeah, the power's still out here
exactly.
too. Just over and over again. Of course, that was Winter Storm Kara. Now we've got Winter Storm Delphi, the 4th one on the list. Waiting on Echo. Will we see Echo before the week is done? Let's go through your winter weather update, starting with number 4. Here is Delphi here in the center of the country.
Yeah, providing us with another shot of snow. Remember, we were just talking not too long ago, spots like Sioux Falls picking up quite a bit of snow from one of our winter storms, and it is snowing at a moderate clip at this time.
Yeah, straight on down I-29, too. If you look towards the Omaha area, Omaha may be getting a bit of a break for the temporary moment because you're right underneath the center of our area of low pressure. That said, you go up towards Sioux City or Sioux Falls, snow still coming down at a pretty good clip.
Yeah, 29, not a fun ride, that's for sure. Then we head on off towards the east a bit. A few showers here as we move our way across Wisconsin, and a few flakes trying to fly around the Twin Cities.
Just kind of moistening up the atmosphere and setting the stage for what's still to come as we have winter storm warnings anywhere along I-29, and then the surrounding area, the lighter shade of blue, are the winter weather advisories.
All right, so those are the areas that we're most concerned with, and you can see why. Look at the painting of the purple. Purple, a great color, but when you have to shovel up 8 to 12 inches of snow, which you may see north of Sioux Falls, that is not a fun situation. 5 to 8, and look where that spreads towards the Twin Cities.
And a lot of that snow is falling right near the freezing line. You notice a place like Minneapolis kind of towing the line between the rain and snow. So temperatures are marginal for snowfall, right at 32, which means when you get snow in that, as we time this out for you, it means heavy, wet snow, hard to shovel snow.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got several hours of having to deal with this system's not just going to come in, blast on by. We're talking this is Tuesday afternoon, still some snow showers in and around the Twin Cities.
So when all is said and done, it looks like Minneapolis will pick up about 6 inches of snow. Areas north or west, 6 to 7 inches of snow, not out of the question. The south side of the area may be a little bit less, but still 5 to 6, maybe 7 inches of snow. So nothing to sneeze at here either.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, traveling here, you got to be careful taking it easy. Des Moines is going to be that split. We were just looking at Des Moines. It's rainy situation here for us, but you head just to the north and west, you get into that snow.
And it looks like it stays that way. As we run out the model run through the rest of the day, everything clears out overnight, but Des Moines seems to be that dividing line where north and west heavy snow, south and east just rain. And so the official forecast in Des Moines, nada. You got the bagel on the map right now.
Goose egg time here for us, but hey, I tell you, just head up to Fort Dodge. How about 5 inches of snow?
Yeah, so there's still plenty of snow north and west. Of course, the airport delays might not tell you the whole story, as there were a lot of cancellations and people kind of changing their flights so they weren't stuck today. Officially, no delays right now, but with all this precipitation, de-icing procedures, you got to believe there will be some issues for flying today.
Absolutely. So you got to check with the airlines if you want to avoid some headaches. Here's the temperatures right now, 32 in Minneapolis, but we get into some colder stuff as you work back towards the west.
I mean, the lingering cold from Kara, right? And so now our new winter storm Delphi tapping into some of that cold air, throwing the moisture back towards the west. So that's something that we're going to continue to follow. November was overall quite warm, but that is a good point to make because you can still get winter weather even in an overall warm setup.
Absolutely. Well, up next, we're going to be tracking and timing the rain out as it pushes east. Will your evening commute be impacted? We'll let you know.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 71. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 81. Winds east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.